Hello, everyone. My name is John Wilson. I'm the Executive Director of Boys and Girls Club of the Foothills, and I'm really appreciative of you taking a few moments to learn about our future potential growth and learn more about our Gateway to Great Futures campaign, a campaign to help us expand to 10 additional sites. I'd like to start with the end in mind. What are we looking for? We're looking for one-time investors, similar to how a venture capitalist invests in a for-profit company to give it the capital it needs to expand and grow so they can do even more. We're looking for venture philanthropists will strategically contribute to our growth and our ability to impact more kids. This one-time request will triple our impact, 10 additional sites, 750 more kids. It's amazing. The most exciting thing is that we're not going to be looking for additional funding down the road. We're not going to come back to you next year and say, hey, can you do that gift again this year? Because we will work all the costs into future contracts that we have. It'll be taken care of. So this is a one-time request to expand our growth to 10 additional sites, 750 more kids. Let's learn how we got here. It goes back to COVID, if you can believe that. When the country and the world shut down in March of 2020, Boys and Girls Club figured out a way to stay open. We started with virtual programming, and then we opened in person for essential worker kids. We provided food and care packages for tons of families, wellness checks. We did front yard graduations for all of our 5th, 8th, and 12th graders, very moving times in the front yards with our staff and kids and families. And we also provided all along the way tutoring and mentoring for students. As we progressed into the fall, teachers were going back to teaching their regular classrooms online. We provided remote learning centers for kids who did not have a safe place to do schooling or didn't have Wi-Fi access or didn't have parents around. And so we opened learning centers. Kids came to us and we provided Wi-Fi support, we provided tech support, provided tutoring and mentoring. We partnered with teachers. And even as kids came along 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 months, 6 months into the school year, even though they had never been into class, we got them into class and we helped them get caught up so that they were prepared for the next school year. The following summer, we provided support to Monrovia Unified School District again by providing staffing for 2 schools to provide an intensive reading program to help get kids caught up on reading. The school district itself staffed 1 school, and we provided staffing for 2 additional schools. And in addition to that, we ran full-day programs full of enrichment and fun, and we did programs to help counter summer learning loss that typically happens in the summer. We provided a bunch of family engagement events all along the way, providing meals and snacks. I think the most interesting thing about this 18-month experience, though, is that having been the only youth service agency to remain open throughout the whole thing, we realized that there was something different and something special about Boys and Girls Club of the Foothills. We have a motto of whatever it takes. And we began to ask ourselves the question, are there other communities or other places where there are going to be kids who can use that whatever it takes mentality? And our staff leadership and our board leadership gathered, and we came up with one big, hairy, audacious goal, our BHAG, to serve 10 cities along the 210 corridor, truly becoming Boys and Girls Club of the Foothills. And so this is where this all begins, and these are our first opportunities that are a result of this new vision. Our current expansion opportunities are in both the Monrovia Unified School District and the city of Azusa. Boys and Girls Club of the Foothills is currently on 1 school campus in Monrovia. We're at Mayflower Elementary School. But this new opportunity allows us to bring our Boys and Girls Club programming to 4 additional elementary sites and both middle school sites. So we'll be on all 5 elementary school campuses and both middle school campuses in Monrovia. In addition to that, the city of Azusa reached out to us and they would like to partner with us to do some outreach programs in 4 sites in the city of Azusa with hopes that that grows into even more things. The most exciting part about this, in addition to the opportunity, is that it comes with funding. And we're going to learn a bit about that in just a minute. But first, we're going to go back and look at some of our students who give a tour of our Mayflower Elementary School site. And so take a look at this now.
Hi, my name is Joseph.
And my name is Maximus.
And my name is Hannah, and welcome to the Mayflower campus.
After school ends, we meet the staff and head over to the club.
How easy is that?
Super. It's great having the Boys and Girls Club on campus because they know my teachers and they'll work together to help me.
And it's easier for our parents to pick us up and they know we're safe and having fun.
Exactly. To help us keep safe, we always check in with their club staff. Now let's head to our next location.
This is our hub for all things Boys and Girls Club.
Come inside.
In this room, we work on our DIY STEM program.
I love DIY STEM. I love working with my hands to do science, technology, engineering, and math.
My favorite project is slime.
Oh, I love that one.
Shall we tell about the fun that happens next door?
Yeah, let's go. In here we focus on tutoring.
I love working on my reading skills in here. We have the best volunteers, and my favorite book is Captain Underpants.
We also do our homework during pod hours. We always have our club staff come in here and help us, like our director, Eric.
Did you know that Eric worked for the Boys and Girls Club for 18 years?
We're so lucky to have such dedicated staff members to learn from.
All this talking is making me a little hungry.
Let's show them the lunch tables.
This is where we eat our healthy snack after school and hang out with friends.
Don't forget we use the space for leaders in training where we learn about leadership, skills, and teamwork.
Don't forget our healthy habit program. Remember when we made fruit rocket chips?
That sounds good. We also go down there to burn off our extra energy. Follow us.
This is where we play sports and play games and do outdoor crafts. Did you know we had a competitive basketball, soccer, and football team?
I was on the football team this year. Go Patriots!
We also use this area for Smart Moves program, which really helps us make smart life decisions, stay away things from like drugs and alcohol. We also talk about how to handle negative things like peer pressure, and this really gets us a chance to connect with friends and our mentors.
Speaking of friends, I love to hang out in the cafeteria.
We use this space for special events like celebration, talent show, and my favorite, karaoke.
Whenever we're in the cafeteria, we know we're gonna have fun.
Well, I think that's it for us. We don't want to miss out on anything fun that's happening at the club.
I hope you learned a little bit of why Mayflower is so special to us.
Thanks for coming along. Bye!
Aren't these young people amazing? They have grown up so much and they become such great leaders in our club, and I really look forward to where they go in the future. Let's talk about what makes Boys and Girls Club of the Foothills unique. We call it our BGCF guarantee. We start with young people, we add in our outcome-driven club experience, and we lead to these outcomes of health and well-being, character and leadership, academic success, and life and workforce readiness. The outcome-driven club experience starts with our 5 key elements. They need to have a safe and positive environment. There needs to be fun, and there needs to be a sense of belonging. They need to know that they're cared for and supported, and they belong in this place. We add in supportive relationships where every young person is mentored and they're cared about. We give them meaningful opportunities, and we have high expectations of them. And we also formally and informally recognize them all the time. We're calling out the good things when they achieve and when they've made a difference and when they've learned something. We're always recognizing them. You add this into these other elements like high yield learning activities where we take fun activities and we pair them with learning and or things that increase your skills. You could take a game of dodgeball and a student might get hit by the ball, but nobody really notices. And you might have this conversation about integrity. Hey, when the ball hits you, if you have integrity, you're saying, oh, the ball hit me, I'm out. And these kinds of lessons are weaved in all the time in all the activities we do. We make it really fun, but you can also add in learning. Then there's evidence-based programs and interest-based programs. Our evidence-based programs are programs for boys becoming men, girls becoming women. We have programs around careers and leadership and service, reading and STEM, college. We do learning around money and healthy habits and art and drug resistance programs, all kinds of things. And then interest-based are things like music and cooking and gardening and sewing and running and biking and weightlifting and drama and flag football and cheer and Legos and robotics. There's so many things you can do. It's really an endless opportunity. But all of these things round out with regular attendance. You take Boys and Girls Clubs did a study several years back where they determined that if you've got high quality programs and high quality people and regular attendance, your outcomes, your positive outcomes are through the roof. And they determined that students who come more than 104 days, areas like, not skipping school, getting your homework done, not getting into fights, doing better with conflict resolution, showing leadership skills, all kinds of positive outcomes increase exponentially when they come over 100 days. And 92% of our kids hit that mark. And so when it comes to areas of being healthy and having a sense of well-being, developing good character and leadership skills and doing well in school and getting caught up if you're behind, but also finishing high school on time with a plan is all a part of that academic success. And then developing workforce skills and life skills so that you're ready to face the world. These are all things that we're trying to achieve. And I feel like we do it really well. And so we're excited about the opportunity to expand that to all these other sites. This is where we are. This is our current org chart. And you can see that we have our 3 sites here, Mayflower, Shamrock, and Teen Center. And this is where we're headed. pretty dramatic, right? All the Monrovia Unified School sites, the Azusa sites, in addition to our 3 current sites, and we have some infrastructure that we've built on top to help support it. And this infrastructure, I think what's exciting about it is that it will support more growth. If there's more opportunities in more school districts or more cities, we have the infrastructure at the top that will support that as well. With our new contract with Monrovia Unified School District, we're going to be utilizing 2 funds from the state of California. The first is ACES, the After School Education and Safety Program, and the second is ELOP, the Expanded Learning Opportunities Program. ACES was a fund established by California voters in 2002 to provide state funding for after-school programs. And ELOP is a newer fund that was brought about by the state in order to serve even more kids in the after-school setting. It was really exciting. Monrovia Unified made it very clear to us that the reason that we won the contract with them is that they wanted the other elementary schools and middle schools to have this access to the same high quality programming that we offer at Mayflower Elementary School, just like what you saw in the video. Additionally, for the city of Azusa, they awarded us $50,000 to develop outreach programs in partnership with their community resources department. We have high hopes that this partnership is going to grow even further in the future. But in order for BGCF to be successful during this rapid time of growth, we really need to build up our infrastructure and staffing, just like you saw reflected in the organizational chart on this last slide. And this is the basis for our need for your one-time investment. So let's look and see how this affects our budget. Our current budget is about $1.9 million. You can see the revenue sources, 25% is fees. We do charge for the program, but students only pay if they can afford to pay. So if a family can afford Boys and Girls Club, they pay. We don't want donor dollars to be paying for families that could otherwise afford it. But then we provide scholarships based on need, all the way down to full scholarship if there's a family that needs it. It's a critical part of our income source. And then we've got our individual donors, our special events, our corporate donors make up the biggest chunk of our pie. Those are people who come to events as well as businesses. And then the last part is made up by private grants and public grants. You can see the big shift, of course, as we move into this next phase where $1.3 million is the contract that we were awarded, and it dramatically increases our public grants. We're still going to have fees for our other sites that are not in this school district contract or city contract. We still need individual donors. We're still going to need special events and corporate donors, and we're certainly going to need private grants. But the nice thing about the public grants at this time, right now, they're a very stable source of income. And so we're excited to have that as a big part of our budget moving forward. So what we're trying to accomplish in this one-time investment is raising $1 million. 130,000 will go towards our growth in our operations and administration. About 130 will go in our growth for programs and impact. And then we put a big chunk in for our recruitment and training and onboarding of the staff that are going to be starting. We're hiring 32 people. And we started hiring at the beginning of June, and we've been training them and adding them and training them and adding them all along the way so that when the school year starts, we've got a fully capable staff of jumping right in right away, rather than hiring 32 people and saying, hey, your first day is the first day of school, which would be a disaster. And that's not the way that we do things. We like high quality. We want to be there for kids. We want to be there in the best way possible for them. That component of recruiting them, training them, onboarding them is really important. And the last piece that is really important is the cash reserve. We're going to have a big contract here, and we're going to need to be able to float while we wait for reimbursements and things like this. So to be able to build a really significant cash reserve is really going to have an impact on our growth even into the future. So this is the return of that $1 million investment. We have our 3 clubs, sites, currently 350 students. We're going to be adding 6 school sites in Monrovia. We're going to be adding 4 outreach sites in Azusa, and we're going to have a grand total of around 1,100 students come fall, which is really incredible. Adding $1.3 million to our budget, and there's still some potential opportunities out there that are floating that we may even have some more opportunities sooner than we think, both with Citrus College and Duarte. But we'll talk about those when they happen. So what is the impact? The long-term community impact is quite incredible. There was a study done a few years back about the return of investment on Boys and Girls Clubs in Los Angeles County. And it was determined that for every dollar invested in a Boys and Girls Club, brings back more than $16 in positive economic impact. I just want to let that sit there for a second. Every dollar invested has a $16 positive economic impact. That's by increasing the earning power of parents who are working. It also is because of the boosting of high school graduation rates. There's dollars saved reducing juvenile arrests and teen pregnancy and underage drinking and drug use. There's also the Boys and Girls Club itself contributes to the local economy as an employer, and there's a lot of service hours provided by our volunteers and club members. It has every Boys and Girls Club has a tremendous impact. So your investment today has an impact on 750 more kids, and then the impact in our community by reducing juvenile crime, teenage pregnancy, problems with drug and alcohol. It enables families to work more, boosting all kinds of tax revenue as well as their own capacity to do things. I mean, it's really quite incredible. So we hope you'll join us in this commitment to help us raise $1 million, this venture philanthropy opportunity. We hope you'll be a part of it. If you have any questions or you want to talk, please feel free to reach out to me. You can email me or call me. I would love to meet with you or talk with you and see how you'd like to get involved. Thank you so much for your time.